Okay. Yeah. So just starting off sitting down. I'm hoping the sound is all good for you guys. Any problems, just stay. Sitting cross-legged, I always find it quite interesting to bring the crossing of my shins a little bit closer towards the knees. For me, that really affects my hips and how that feels. So you might find the same. Bring your hands to your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Imagine you've got sunlight pouring in on your back and all the muscles melt like toffee in the car window. Breathing in and out through the nose. Gently pressing the tongue up into the roof of the mouth. Notice your sense of hearing. What sounds can you hear in your space? What sounds can you hear outside of your space? Perhaps there are neighbors or traffic or birdsong. Perhaps, like me, you can hear the wind. Very stormy here in Poole right now. Allow yourself a gentle smile. Call into mind some things that you're grateful for. It doesn't need to be complex. It doesn't need to be big. Just a couple of things that you're easy to access that you're grateful for. And take your next inhale down into your heart space. Imagine you're bringing the inhale to a point right in the center of your heart. See if you can find that point. Bring the inhale there. And then as you exhale, almost like the shock waves from an earthquake or something, this ripple effect. As you exhale, the heart energy radiates outwards, way beyond the boundaries of your physical body, out into your space. So the inhale coming into a single point in the middle of your heart. The exhale, boom, out it goes, radiating from your heart space. Our hearts are 5,000 times stronger in electromagnetic current than our brain. That's immense, isn't it? So with these next breaths, just sort of tuning into that, this huge, immense energy center. Then bringing your sense of hearing back in closer. Notice the sound of your breath. Let it drop into an ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose, feeling the vibration in your throat. I think that we're all really familiar with ujjayi breath. That doesn't mean that it's always in practice. Allow the ujjayi breath to be a balm. Allow it to soothe and regulate the nervous system. Let it be audible. And bring your awareness to your pelvic floor, the foundation of your torso, the energetic foundation of your whole body. Allowing it to root down into the earth beneath you. This energetic imprint that comes from the pelvic floor and binds you to the earth beneath you. And then uncross the legs, bend the knees, have the feet apart. Take your hands behind you. And you're going to drop the knees over to the right, pushing the heart over to the left. Going the opposite way, so just moving gently between both directions. Make it feel nice. Drop the eyelids and see if there's a way you can do this that feels more nourishing. Well done. And then coming back to center, keep the hands behind you. Press down through the hands, push the knees away, let the hips rise, heart rise as you look up to the ceiling. A little bit of table. And for me, I instinctively rock back onto my heels. So if you're doing that too, deliberately bring all 10 toes onto the floor, press the big toe down. And then exhale as you drop the hips to the floor. Take the soles of the feet together as we come into Baddha Konasana. Take a moment as you sit upright to just bounce the knees. So you're holding onto the toes, the feet are together, heels quite close in towards you, knees softly bouncing outwards. And we're still breathing into the heart space. As you inhale, sit up really tall. So it's almost as if the heart itself were a sunflower, a head on top of a tall, strong trunk, your spine. And then as you exhale, you're just going to turn your gaze down towards your toes, drop your chin towards your chest and fold in towards your feet. And sometimes it's quite nice to have a little side wriggle from side to side here. I tend to find wriggling usually quite helpful. Inhaling as you come back up. Bring your knees together. Cross your legs the opposite way, so the less than instinctive way. So funny, it makes me feel inside out and upside down when I do that. Inhale as you reach your hands up, palms towards the ceiling. Diaphragm loves this, so you can feel a little smile coming from the diaphragm, from the liver, and from the heart. So you take a little side stretch in either direction. And the side body saying thank you. And bringing your hands down to your side. Let's take left hand to right knee, right hand maybe to the small of the back. Give the small of the back a little rub. So good. This is the energetic place of feeling supported. Inhale, lift the ribcage tall, and exhale, rotate to the side. And still keep rubbing the lower back if you want. And feel free to wriggle and smile. And inhale as you come back around to center, and then right hand to left knee, left hand to smaller back. A moment as you inhale to sit taller. Ribcage floats, and then exhale and rotate. And then inhaling as you come to center, hands on knees. Let the heart move forwards as you inhale, looking up. And exhale as the heart drops back, chin towards chest. Moving between those two states. So try not to make this be a nodding donkey thing of your head moving. This is all about the heart. So the heart moves forwards. And then as a consequence of that, the gaze will lift. And the heart drops back, as a consequence of which the chin drops. It's a different focus. And your breath will naturally follow. You can trust whatever impulse your breath is leading you with. And perhaps coming into some heart circles. It's always a good opportunity to explore the lower back and how that's feeling. And changing direction. It's a gentle version of the Sufi grind. Maybe let those circles get bigger. I'm hoping that my music isn't interfering. If it is, just tell me and I'll turn my music down. Okay, and then coming onto all fours for a bit of cat and cow. Inhale as you look forward, dipping the center of the spine to the floor, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, chin to chest, pressing through the earth with the palms. And again, it's not about being a nodding donkey, it's about the heart moving. Turn that music down. Lovely though it is. We're going to do quite a strong practice today. So savor this time to actually anchor into your body. Okay. Walk your hands forwards. Let your heart melt towards the floor. Bottom stays high. Chin towards the floor or forehead. Depends how your neck's feeling. Deep breaths. And coming up onto your forearms. Let's interlink fingers. Elbows stay where they are. Tuck the toes under, push the heels away, and lift the hips so you're in a low plank. And arms are ready for dolphin. Be sure that the weight's not just on the elbows, you want to be pushing through the hands. Tilt the tailbone up and walk the feet in. Head hanging like a cherry from a tree. No tension in the neck whatsoever. Taking some deep breaths. Probably you can hear your breath. And certainly you can feel your breath. As you inhale, look forwards. Go as if you're going to kiss your thumbs. And then exhale, push the earth away. Move your heart back towards your thighs. Inhale, coming forwards as if you were going to kiss your thumbs. And exhale, heart towards thighs. 3 more times. Well done. And then drop your knees to the floor. Release the hands, bring them flat down to the floor again. Pick up the left arm, thread it beneath the right armpit, turning the left ear to the floor. And extend the right arm straight ahead of you. Nice little side twist. Breathing into your heart space. Inhaling as you come back. Switching sides, right arm underneath left, right ear to the floor. Delicious breath. And coming back. Both hands to the floor. Walk the hands a little closer. Tuck the toes under, come into a down dog. Heart moves in the direction of the thighs. And here is a great opportunity for a wriggle and an explore. All to the music of your breath.
Let's go up high on our balls of our feet, so the heels are lifted high off the floor. Lift the tailbone high, scoop the tummy in. Press through the palms. Imagine you're about to take off. You're levitating off your mat here. And then exhale, bring the heels down towards the floor, but keep the tailbone high. And then slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Exhaling into a forward bend. Fold your arms, soaking up the benefit of gravity as you add some weight to your arms by crossing them. And then wriggling from side to side. Soften the knees, release the arms. Inhale as you take your arms up overhead. Come up nice and tall. Bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to do some variations on classical salutation. Inhale, arms up. Enjoy that stretch. And then pulling the tummy button in as you exhale, fold into a forward bend. Half lift as you inhale. And as you exhale, step the right leg back, drop the knee to the floor. First lunge. Inhale, arms lift. Let's interlink fingers, bring palms to the back of the head, open the elbows wide to the side and look up so the head pushes into the hands. Maybe you can wriggle your ribcage a little higher. Great place to breathe right here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back into a high plank. First round, perhaps we're going to drop the knees as we lower down onto the floor, taking a little cobra. Baby cobra, and then coming down. Let's take a couple more. Maybe the second one is a teenage cobra. Exhaling as you come down. And then perhaps the third one is a fully adult cobra. Exhaling as you come down, tuck the toes under, push through the hands. Delicious down dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Just into a three-legged down dog. As you exhale, right foot steps forward, back knee comes down. Inhale, arms lift. And again, interlink fingers, palms to the back of the head, elbows wide. If that doesn't feel comfortable for any reason, by all means, keep your arms up either side of your ears. Hear your breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step your feet together. Inhale as you come all the way up. Straight into a forward bend. Inhale, lift. This time the left leg goes back, but let's not take the knee down. Let's come up into a lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, take the arms wide as you come into cactus arms. So your arms are like this. Inhale, draw the elbows back, lift your gaze, lift your heart. And then as you exhale, almost like you're moving huge sort of archangel wings, you're going to exhale and come forwards. Palms face one another as you lean over that front thigh. Inhale, arms or wings draw back. Exhale, coming forwards. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back. Chaturanga. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you come back. 5 delicious breaths here as you find your rhythm. Heels possibly dropping a little lower to the floor. How is the lower back doing? So if you need more support for your lower back, in order for you to be able to open up your heart, then really it's Mula Bandha that's the gift for you here. The more you get that lift through the pelvis, the more supported you will feel. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale as you come back up into the lunge. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Inhale, elbows back, lifting the gaze. Exhale, coming forwards. Inhaling back. Exhaling forwards. Inhaling back. Exhaling forwards. Inhaling back. And exhale, hands to the floor, step your feet together. Half lift. And exhale, forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Cross to the other side. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward bend. We're going to step the right foot back, because I think I did twice on the same side. So we need to just reverse that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you come forwards. Inhale as you come back. Exhale as you come forwards. Inhale as you come back. And this time as you exhale, bring your hands down either side of the left foot. Step the back foot a little closer. So your legs are kind of coming into pyramid pose. Now that might mean that it's better to have your hands on your shin. Work it out for yourself. Perhaps the floor is just a bit too far away this morning. Inhale as you look ahead, exhale as you fold. So again, this is not a neck and head exercise. This is a heart practice. So see if you can find movement in the heart. It might be very supple. Maybe not even visible to the eye. But you know because you're doing the practice. Well done. Inhale as you look forwards. Exhale, step back into a high plank, traveling down to the floor. Inhaling up and exhaling back. Take a moment in down dog. The more you push through the palms, the more your heart can move back towards your thighs. See if you can turn your armpits in towards your heart, as if they're so fascinated by this immense radiating heart that they can't take their eyes off. Everyone, every part of you is turning to look at your heart, even your armpits. Okay, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right leg forward. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, elbows wide. 3 times. Riding the current of your breath. There's nothing accidental about your breath. Hands to the floor. Bring that back foot a little closer. Inhale as you look up. Exhale, fold. Find your current. Find the tide that moves inside of you. It's all from the heart. When you're ready, inhale, look forward, step your feet together. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to add a few more poses to the flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding into a forward bend. Half lift. This time it's the left leg that steps back. Inhale, arms lift. Let's maximize the movement as we follow this flow. Inhale, lift the heart, look up, elbows draw back. Exhale, leaning forward. Big movements. Like we mean our practice today. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step that back foot a little closer. Pyramid. Half lift as you inhale. Exhale as you fold. 2 more times. Walking your hands forwards. Lift the back heel. So it's parallel with the floor. Square the back foot. If you're feeling energetic, you can always lift your heart and come up into aeroplane pose. Let the breath be leading you either way, whichever version you're going for. Bringing your hands down to the floor. Gently stepping back into pyramid, hands either side of that front foot. 3 breaths. Move from the heart. Stepping further back into the lunge. Inhale the arms up. Let's take a rotation. So left elbow comes across, palms come together, turn to face the right. Hips are low, front knee is bent. Deep breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back. Chaturanga. Pause for some breaths. Make some space. And when you're ready, left leg rises and left foot steps forward. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, elbows wide. Big movements. Inhale, elbows back. Lift the gaze, lift the heart. Exhale, reaching forwards as far as you can go. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step that back foot closer, pyramid. Move from the heart 3 times. 3 breaths. And walking your hands forwards, lifting the back heel. Option to stay with the hands on the floor or to come up into aeroplane. Square that back foot, pressing out through the heels, toes pointing towards the earth. Hands to the floor, returning to pyramid. Move from the heart. When you're ready, stepping that right foot further back, returning up to the lunge on the inhale. Bend that front knee, exhale, right elbow across, palms come together. Hear the sound of your breath. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping your feet together. Forward bend. As we're here, let's take our feet slightly wider apart and wrap 2 middle fingers and thumb around big toe. Inhale, a half lift. Draw the tummy button in as you exhale, fold into a forward bend. Elbows open to the sides. Keep the shoulders spacious. Hear the sound of your breath. Soften the knees, remove the hands. Inhale as the arms come up. And we're going to come into seated chair pose. So perhaps your knees are apart or perhaps your knees are together. You might have a preference. I think I prefer my knees together, to be honest. And if you do have your knees together, squeeze the knees and the ankles together. Tuck the tailbone down. Open your arms wide. We'll take a rotation here. Left arm sweeps across to the little toe edge of the right foot. Right arm extends. Keep the tailbone pointing down. Massively heat building. Hear your breath. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, seated chair, come through center. Maybe you can come lower. How are the big toes doing? How's the pelvic floor? Inhale, sweep the arms wide. You've got these eagle wings. Exhale, rotate. Right hand comes down and left hand rises. Deep breath. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, stepping left foot back. Let's come to Virabhadrasana B. It's all about the heart. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. As you exhale, bend the knee, take your arms wide. Inhale, straighten, hands to heart, bringing it all back to your heart. Exhale, arms open. Inhale. And exhale, open, get the hips lower, lower than before. Looking out over the middle finger of the right hand. Inhale, reverse. So right hand lifts. And we're going to come into side angle. So bring that right hand down to the inside, sweep the left arm overhead. Hips heavy, deep breath. What happens if you have a little wriggle here? What pockets of space can you create inside your own body as you alter the initial pose? Inhale, left hand rises. Straighten the front leg. Trikonasana. Do whatever adjustment you need to make this feel like a juicy version of Trikonasana for you. Deep breath. Try not to collapse. Try not to tumble the left shoulder towards the floor. Make it a very uplifting version of Trikonasana. Heart is rising. Can you hear your breath? Looking down at the right foot, shift the weight to the right leg as we come into half moon. Now, half moon is quite nice to square that top foot. So you're pressing out through the heel. And sometimes it's really nice to just let this right hand hover. I've got a convenient little chair to hold on to. Makes it very easy. And you take your version. Maybe the hand is on the floor, maybe it's on a block, maybe it's just hovering. And then can we transition from half moon to the front of the mat, facing the short edge of the mat, bringing the left knee up in front, wrapping the left leg around, and here we are in Garuda. Right elbow, left over the top, palms together. Coming down low, pressing the elbows forward. Breathe into the back of your heart. And releasing, coming back to standing. Take a moment to notice how you feel on either side. Perhaps one side feels different because we've done more stretching on one side than the other. And then we're going to right that. So stepping the right leg back. Come this way. Coming down into Virabhadrasana B. Looking out over the left fingertips. Straighten the front leg as you inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, scoop down low as the arms open wide. Inhale, coming up tall. Scoop down really low as you exhale. Inhale. And this time we're going to exhale down and we're going to pause for some breaths in Virabhadrasana B. Inhale, reverse. Left hand rises. Exhale, left hand sweeps down to the inside of the foot. Right arm sweeps overhead. Take a moment to explore your version of side angle. What can you change? What can you adapt? How is your breath responding? And then reaching the right hand high, straighten the left leg, Trikonasana. Perhaps it feels really quite different from one side to the other. Try not to sink into Trikonasana. Make it the most uplifting version that you can. Turn your gaze down to your left foot. Shift the weight into your left foot as you take half moon. Squaring that back foot. And then sweeping directly from half moon to face the short edge of the mat. Right knee comes up, wraps around. Left elbow forward, right over the top. Garuda. Breathing into the heart space. And releasing. And let's come sideways on the mat, feet wide apart. Take your arms out wide to the side, interlink your fingers behind your back. Reach the arms back behind you as you inhale and look up. And as you exhale, fold forwards, arms coming overhead. So our hearts are these amazing organs that energetically we can accidentally start to build barricades of protection around. So as you're here, it's an opportunity to let those walls of protection start to dissolve. Use every exhale as if that were cleaning through, getting rid of any sort of calcification and allowing the heart greater flexibility and ability to expand. Inhale as you come back up. Release the arms, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold into a forward bend. Lift the heart. And as you exhale, you're going to step back into a high plank. Drop the knees. Keep the toes tucked under as you sit back on your heels and stretch out the soles of your feet. Now, if your knees are sensitive, good time to bring a towel or a blanket underneath your knees. Then we're going to flatten the feet. Well, actually, sometimes we're going to go to camel. Sometimes it's quite good to keep the toes tucked under because your heels are that much higher for you to reach. Roll the shoulders into nice circles. Bring your hands and tap your thighs. We want to use our thigh strength. So keeping your hands on your thighs, just rock back and forward. So you remember that your thighs hold the strength to give you mobility here. And then sweep the arms around behind you. Perhaps they just come to the small of your back. Elbows drawing towards one another behind you. Rib cage lifting as you inhale and look up. Keep that height as the thighs allow you to rock forwards and back. And then walking your hands down the backs of your thighs. Perhaps taking your hands all the way to your heels. If you are on your heels, then focusing on pressing the hips forwards and lifting the heart high and breathing a really nourishing breath. And when you're ready, use the strength of your thighs to come up, flatten the feet. Sit back on your heels, stretching your arms out in front of you. Keep the hands where they are. Just let the hips and the heart roll forward so you come to lying down on your front. You're going to bend your knees, have your knees apart. Take your hands back to catch hold of your feet, but keep your forehead on the ground. Bend the elbows up towards the ceiling, push the hips into the floor, and just pull your toes towards your shoulder blades. So you're not elevating off the floor here, you're staying pretty flat. As you press your hips into the floor, hopefully you can feel that stretch through the thigh. Always a great opportunity for a foot massage. So use your fingers and your thumbs to just explore the edges of your feet. Maybe you can find a place that feels really good to touch. And then wrapping your hands around the inside of your feet, bring your knees together a little closer. And now we're coming into rocking horse. So this time the hips become the pivot, press them down into the floor. Push the feet into the hands and breathe as you rock. And then when you're ready, releasing. Hands come down either side of your chest. Push through your hands. Knees can separate as toes come together. And you sit back on your heels, arms stretched out in front of you. Then bringing your hands in. You're going to come and lie down on your back. And let's start by hugging knees in towards chest. A little bit of rocking from side to side here. And then threading the arms inside the knees to catch hold of the feet for happy baby, heels directly above knees. And then take your hands to the outer edges of your feet and start to straighten and bend the legs and really start to explore happy baby and all its variables, rocking from side to side. And then releasing the arms, we're going to take the legs overhead into plow, as long as that feels like a good thing for you to be doing. So arms at your side, legs overhead to the floor behind you, perhaps interlinking fingers with your arms straight. Possibly bending the elbows, bringing your hands either side of your spine for a little bit of support. And let's bend our knees and squeeze our ears. And with the hands supporting the back and the legs together and straight, coming up into shoulder stand. And then when you're ready to come out, your hands can provide a little handbrake support as you lower yourself down to the ground. And then slide your arms beneath you so you're sitting on the tops of your hands, palms facing the floor, toes pointing. Elbows bend as heart lifts. Toes point and head hangs, perhaps the crown of the head touches the floor, or perhaps the head hovers away from the floor. And then when you're ready, lowering yourself back down, releasing your arms, rocking your way up to sitting, and you can choose here maybe to do a headstand if that is something that you usually practice. I don't often teach headstand when we're on a Zoom call because I'm really not there to support you. So if it's something you're not totally confident with, then come down into Shavasana. If you've been practicing headstand for a long time and it's a joy to bring it back to your practice, then now is a great time to do that. Another variation, if you don't want to do headstand, you could do a handstand against the wall, just for the fun of it.
And actually, before Joe, you drop into Shavasana, we've got time to do a couple of forward bends. So hold your horses. And when you're ready, come back to sitting. Legs straight out in front of you, toes pointing upwards, hands either side of hips. We can take staff pose for a moment as you roll the shoulders away from your ears. Engage with the lifting of the pelvic floor. Hear the sound of your breath. There's so much lift coming through the pelvic floor. Once again, it's almost as if you're about to levitate. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and as you exhale, fold into a forward bend. Chin towards chest. And this practice is really dedicated to the heart. So use this forward bend to feel into your heart space. How would your heart have you move here? And inhale as you come back up. Let's bend the left knee, pointing the toes out behind you rather than letting them go to the side. Cushions can be super handy on the right sitting bone if you're feeling a bit wobbly. Right toes are pointing upwards. Inhale as you sit up. Exhale as you fold. Coming down towards that foot. Take it into your heart. Right at the beginning, we were breathing the inhale to a single point within the heart and then using the exhale like a ripple effect, like a pebble landing on a still water, expanding from the heart space outwards. Let's bring that breath into these forward bends. Inhale as you come back up. Let's just take that foot across and add a final twist. So right toe still pointing upwards. Left foot is across to the outside of the right leg. Inhale as the right arm comes up. Exhale, elbow moves across, left hand behind. Your pose, your body, your breath. How are you going to use that? And inhale as you come back to center. Both legs straight. Let's take a nice neutral one. Inhale, reaching up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Perhaps take your hands around the outer edges, holding the top third of your foot. Breath very deliberately moving into your heart. And exhaling from your heart out in all directions. Inhaling as you come back up. This time, the right hand side, knee bends. Knees stay together. Toes are pointing out behind you. Inhale as you reach your arms up. Exhale, coming forward. Feel free to use a blanket or a cushion to prop up the left-hand side to give you some stability. Or sometimes I use my hands like the buttresses on a cathedral, and that gives me a bit more stability too. Inhale as you come back up. Right knee comes up, foot comes across. Inhale as the left arm rises. Coming across the body, right hand behind you. Exploring and breathing into this space. Inhaling as you come back, releasing your legs and coming to lie down on your back. Let's hug knees into chest one more time. And then open the arms out into a T, right, knees dropping to the right, gazing to the left. Nourishing breath right here. Maybe the shoulder blades stay flat to the floor. Inhaling, knees back to center. Exhaling over to the left, gazing to the right. And coming back to center. And then lowering your legs down for Shavasana, feet apart, toes dropping outwards. Laying your arms away from your body with your palms turned upwards, softening your hands, your fingers, softening the soles of your feet, your toes. Creating some space for your neck by walking your shoulder blades down away from your ears. And just noticing the parts of you that are connecting to the floor, and let them be connecting quite deliberately. They're transferring your body weight to the floor so that you can be held. In the gentle rise and fall of your breath, everything else dissolves. Taking your inhale right into the center of your heart and letting your exhale reverberate out from your heart, filling up the space around you, way beyond the boundaries of your physical body. A moment to cultivate some gratefulness. So you think of a few things in this moment that you can be grateful for. It's like stoking the fires of your heart. Each time you say thank you, your heart just gets a little bit stronger. And then wriggling fingers and toes, reaching arms up above head. Just stretch the whole way through your body. With knees bent, pressing the lower back into the floor. And taking your time to roll to your side. And gently make your way back up to sitting. And just notice how it feels to be in your body right now. Notice the strength of your dear heart. Namaste. Well done, everybody. I hope you're feeling glorious.